Welcome back. Let's get you more updates now coming in. According to the new standards of the nutritional requirement for a healthy individual, 5 kgs has been added to the ideal weight of the Indians. Now, scientists at the National Institute of Nutrition now say that nutritional food intake has gone up, and hence the ideal weight for men is 65 kgs and women is 55 kgs in 2020. 10 years ago, when the last survey was done in 2010, the ideal weight for men was 60 kg and for women it was 50 kg. Now let's take a quick look at the new nutritional requirement. The new water requirements for a man ranges between 32 to 58 milliliters per kilogram. For women, it is anywhere between 27 to 52 milliliters per kilogram. For children, the water intake should be more than 60 ml per kg. Now, other vital nutrients that play an important role in the body's optimal functioning are proteins, which now should be 43 grams a day for a man, whereas 36 grams for women. The calories consumed on a daily basis ranges between 2,110 to 3,500 for men, while as 1,600 to 2,700 for women. In fact, daily intake of common salt remains the same at 5 grams per day. Let me now go across to my colleague Afrida to further understand as to why the premier nutrition research body of the ICMR has made these changes in the first place. Afrida, over to you. If you can give us a sense of why these changes were really made in the first place.
Yes, before I go into the specific points on why the changes were made, quick 2 points on this panel report of 2020 as opposed to the one that was out on 2010. Like you said, the National Institute of Nutrition has added another 5 kg to the ideal weight of Indians. So the weight of an ideal or reference Indian male, which was earlier at 60 kgs, now stands at 65 kgs, and for women it has gone up from 55 to 55 from 50 kgs, which was earlier. What is important to remember here, Apurva, is also the fact that the 2020 panel has taken data from all over India, taking into account the National Family Health Survey, Nutrition Monitoring Bureau reports, World Health Organization reports, and the Indian Academy of Pediatrics to derive the reference body weight values. Of course, to remember here also is that this has to be referenced with the height. There's a revision there also. Earlier, height for a reference Indian male was 5 feet 6 inches and a woman was 5 feet. That has been revised. For a male, it will now be 5 feet 8 inches. For women, 5 feet 3 inches. So the specific issues on why these changes had to be made, past standards were based on data from 1989. That is the first point. Reform standards from WHO surveys, which is why I mentioned the name of the survey that was done to you. Past standards based on data only from 10 states, so this particular one is more wide-based. Also, past standards didn't have all India features. It was rather more confined to the urban areas. Now this is a more pan-India survey that was done, and the past data took weight and height of only well-to-do individuals. So certain rural sectors and certain marginalized communities were left out. But when you do an average or a reference Indian male, it has to take into account all sections of society, including those sections who are residing in rural areas. New standards factor in data from rural India as well. So that is one big change why this revision in the ideal height and weight of average Indian male and women had to be done.
All right, Afrida, many thanks for joining us and bringing us all those updates there.